Good evening, everyone. Dan Rather, a news specialist journalist, once said, "Not everyone wants to see you do well." True. Katie Kirk added, "A boat is made for a harbor, but that's not what boats are built for." And then when I think about that, I think about me. So my intent was to join Full Sail and become a national broadcast journalist. That's my intent. I don't want to be a boat. I don't want to stay at the harbor. I want to get out of the harbor. I want to sail. So when I was teaching physical education class, and I just started teaching, it was yoga, and then I did what Green said. I stood on the outside looking in because I had limited powers. I didn't really know about yoga. In fact, I didn't know anything about yoga. And then I just did what my coworker told me to do. So we went over different yoga poses, and then I added more information. I went over the background of yoga, like namaste, that means peace be with you, and different vocabulary words that the students needed to learn. And there are different positions, like standing positions and stuff like that, like a tree for yoga. But the point I'm making is that I had limited powers. But then once I started teaching yoga and I started teaching gym and I became familiar with the students and became familiar with my own self, I learned what Green says: you allow yourself to become who you are. You become destined what you were supposed to be. So then after yoga, we did upper body and lower body, but then I added karate and I added shorei, taekwondo. So I did stuff that I knew that I could do, that I can teach the students. Yeah. So getting back to Green added five smart strategies. Number one, return to your own origin, your inner voice. What do you like to do? I remember Will Smith said, when you wake up in the morning, what's the one thing that you like to do? And that's what you should go into. What's your desire? What do you want to accomplish? That inner voice. Number two, Green says, occupy the perfect niche. What is your calling? What is your ministry? What are you here for? Why were you created? Were you here to teach, or were you here to become a broadcast journalist? Or I don't know. What are your career interests? And number three, avoid a false plan. Don't focus on what other people want you to do. I remember I read the biography by Kevin. He was saying that his mother wanted him to do other things and follow this other path, and he was unhappy. And that was a great point, Kevin. You did really good too on an article. That was a great point. And like for me, I'm just going to follow my own path. Other people want me to do so many other things, but no, I'm going to do what makes me happy. What am I destined for? Why was I created? I wasn't created to do what you want me to do. I'm created to do what I want to do, what God has planned for me to do. So you always want to follow your own career path and avoid that false niche. Okay. Number four, let go of the past. Let go, focus on the future. You can't move forward if you're always looking in the rearview mirror. And number five, don't deviate from the plan. Don't deviate. Will Smith once said on his I think it was Instance to Success, or he was giving like a smart motivation video. He said, don't have option number two, because if you have option number two, then you will complete option number one. He said, there is no number two. No number two. So don't deviate from the plan. If you want to be a lawyer, go ahead and do it. If you want to be a videographer, go ahead and do it. A journalist, go ahead and do it. Don't have plan number two, because that'll deviate from plan number one. And hopefully I'm under my 5 minutes. Two smart goals that I would like to focus on. Number one is supplemental technologies. And going to future workshops by Full Sail. And number two, the link videos, just watching and learning the link videos. Because you can't grow if you don't learn. And then you're never too old to stop learning. Thank you. So I'm going to end the video and I'm going to stop recording.